Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes these things happen and I don't know why. The music is back on. The video is working. Let's take a look. Yes. And we are golden. Sorry about that, everybody. I don't know exactly why we crashed there, but let me know if it happens again, and I'll fix it. But thank you, everybody, for coming to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 175. Pleasure to see you all here today. Zelda Master 64 says, "Hey, Oxhorn, this is my first time, and I hope to be a regular." Awesome. Well, I am so glad to see you here. Thank you so much for coming. H-Star says, "Are you sure we're golden?" I think I'm platinum. You may be platinum? Well, there's no shame in that. At least you're not chrome. Because chrome is cheap and tarnishes easily. Dan says, "You look like you need a nap." My friend, look, you're not supposed to say things like that. That is what we call rude in the world of classy people. If somebody's got bags under their eyes, if they've got more wrinkles around the face than they usually do, if it looks like they woke up on the wrong side of the ditch, you don't say anything about it. No, you say, "Oh, I'm so glad you are among the living today. Sir, you look fantastic. Would you like some bacon?" That's how these things go. That is how classy gentlemen go about things. Now, obviously, I am tired. I have a 6-month-old son. And these things tend to come together to make me a very tired person. But I am here at 7 o'clock sharp at scotchandsmokerings.com with the inability to talk, even though I haven't even drunk anything yet, to serve you. And you know what? These things come with their sacrifices. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted earlier, everyone at the office today is going go-karting. And I was invited. Yes. They are going to a track here in the Seattle area, and they're going to get behind the wheel of a diesel machine, and they are going to be racing each other, and I am missing it because you are my priority. I am here for you, ladies and gentlemen. So, that is me guilt-tripping you into buying my book. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I released a novel. This is my book. If you haven't purchased it yet, well then you are a few weeks behind in finishing it. I'm sure you guys can catch up. ChloronHastings.com, Amazon Kindle, paperback on Amazon.com, hardcover at Lulu.com, Barnes & Noble, everywhere you can think of it is there, so... Have I shown you my Christmas card yet? My beautiful wife and I created Christmas cards for the first time ever. This is our first Christmas as a married family. And we decided to send some Christmas cards out. She was really embarrassed. Well, I'll just show it to you. Alright, this was our Christmas card. Yeah. I'm really proud of it. I think I fit in that sweater very well. And, you know, my beautiful wife, she tried so hard to make a crazy, cheesy face. And she just looks beautiful in everything she's in. I don't understand it. Me, of course, I'm looking pretty creeperish right there, aren't I? So, anyway, all of my family received this card already. And my friends. And, yeah, I'm getting some interesting comments. There I am with baby Gavin on the back. Oh, doesn't he look like a happy baby? And then there's the beautiful wife. You know what the caption says? "Don we now our gay apparel." I would send one to every one of you, but this was like $3 each. They're not cheap. Maybe I'll make an e-card and put it up on Facebook. Anyway, I had fun with that. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Before Christmas. So Merry pre-Christmas. Anyway, we've got a fantastic show for you today. I've got some brand new scotch. I've got some brand new cigars. We have a lot to talk about. All sorts of coolness. Jacobs55511 says, "Ox, my good sir, what exactly is the genre of music you play in each of your episodes? I enjoy it a lot. If you go to the Google machine and type in music from the 20s and 30s, you will find awesome music. Google roaring 20s music, Google early jazz, and you will find some fantastic things." The Dan Man says you should get Hallmark to make singing hat cards. I could probably do that. Shawarma says, you should be proud, Oxhorn. It looks like a late 60s, 70s Christmas album cover. Well done. Thank you! That was exactly what I was going for. 60s, 70s Christmas album cover. That is exactly what I was going for. I take that as a compliment. So, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Send one to Bean, says Ghoul Breath. I already did, yeah. I sent one to he and his girlfriend, and they really enjoyed it. Greg Hartung says, did kids at the mall mistake you for Santa off-duty? Well, since you're such a close personal friend of the family, Greg, I guess I can't stay mad at you for that. Not white yet, alright? Someday, I will be sporting the giant, massive white beard. And I can predict already that at that time, all of my son's school friends will probably say, Oxhorn, it's your Santa. Come play Santa. I wanna take a picture with you, Santa. And I'll be like, no, not dressing up as Santa. I probably end up dressing up as Santa, won't I? Scan it and send it as an email, says H-Star. Well, maybe I'll have to share it on my social streams. But I am also excited today. Greg Hartung says, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you and your beard. That's alright. That's alright. I am not offended. I get over these things quickly. This is my new lighter. I have needed a new lighter for a very long time. This is my old lighter. As you can see, doesn't work. My other lighters have never worked. I have resorted to matches, even though I love matches. Matches are the true way you're supposed to enjoy a classy cigar. But I like the feeling of a nice lighter in your hand. And this is heavy. It's got a sort of leather look on there, a brushed stainless steel. I'm digging it. So, let's see if it works. That's important. Brand new, just bought it. Haven't used it yet. Oh my gosh. I am getting furious. Now, for those purists of you who are talking about not lighting a cigar with a lighter, look, I'm using this. It's butane. It's extra fine butane fuel. It doesn't impart an unpleasant flavor into your cigar. So I'm being okay by using this fuel. Okay, maybe I didn't put enough in, alright? Hey, I am determined. I know I've got a big thing of matches right here. But I just bought this. I just bought it. It's brand new. It should work. And the fact that it doesn't fills me with sad thoughts. Alright, letting the fuel fall in the bottom of the canister.
May I give you a word of advice? Remember the danger of the so-called common cold.
Come on.
The sickness it can cause and the bills it can cause.
Alright.
Act promptly, just
It's gushing out.
first sign of a cold.
I'm taking it that that's a sign this is full.
Bromo quinine tablets have a reputation. Their fame
Alright.
extends to all forms
Gonna warm it up a little bit.
of merit is an assured fact.
Warming it up with my hand. There we go. We don't want it to be cold. And
Especially in medicine
oh,
for
what?
Don't wait.
What?
Don't procrastinate.
We're getting some spasms of blue flame.
Go right to your druggist and get a box of
Come on, come on.
quinine tablets. The small cost makes
Ugh.
a lot in grief
Come on.
and effect. Now, clearly,
All right. You know what I'm gonna do?
quinine cold tablets.
I am going to use a match to light my lighter. Come on. Don't worry, if it explodes, I just lose a hand. Really? I can't even keep it lit with a lighter? Check for valve setting. Alright. I'm not giving up. What you don't know about me is that I'm a stubborn guy. And I know that I'm broadcasting live on the internet right now and have an obligation to entertain you all. But I just bought this thing and I'm not going to stop until I figure this out. Check the valve setting. Alright. It's quite possible that it is set too high. Let's turn it down a little bit. Turning it down. if I can get this to work. Okay. Brand new lighter. Come on. Come on, lighter. No, you don't want to open, do you? Right, right. Well, matches! Hooray for matches! We can do it. We've got matches. Who needs a lighter anyway? Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, those who use lighters to light their cigars are so unclassy. They're just the unclassiest of unclassies. Gort says, "What's crackin', baby?" Gort, it is so good to see you here. What's crack-a-lackin'? I'm having lighter problems, but other than that, things are going very well. What's crack-a-lackin' in your world? Updates. I'd love to know the news. Alright. Firescape says, "I would love to tune in, but it's not letting me on my mobile device." My friend, I'm so sorry. You should download the Twitch TV mobile device, or mobile app if they have one. And you should be good. Ah, I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's not working. Try going to scotchandsmokerings.com. Maybe it'll work for you there. Gord says, "Holy crumb, that's a huge cigar." My friend, I look forward to your email, and this is a huge cigar. So this is a Te Amo, and this is quickly becoming one of my favorite go-to cigars because it is a tasty cigar and fairly inexpensive. The gauge of this is big, and the length of this is short. The reason for that is because they say, when it comes to smoking a cigar, that the first inch or so is nasty, the last inch or so is nasty, but everything in the middle is fantastic. So the makers of cigars of this shape, like the company Nub, for example, they try to get rid of everything by just snipping off the top, snipping off the bottom, and only packaging the best part. And that's what this is. Yeah, it's tasty. Goodness, I only got one smoke ring. My smoke rings are in need of resuscitation. Gorn asks, "Do you find that to be true?" Nah. I like the entire cigar. Even the part that's bad, that's nasty, that you're not supposed to smoke, I usually smoke anyway. Oh, I forgot to show you exactly what we're drinking today. Today we are drinking Scoresby blended Scotch whiskey. I realize it is not a single malt, but dire times call for desperate measures. Cheer, everybody. Jacob B says, "So, that WoW movie, yeah. That WoW movie, right? Is it really going to happen? Has World of Warcraft, or has Blizzard Entertainment pretty much abandoned their WoW movie? I hear Sam Raimi isn't even doing it anymore. Well, what can you expect? You know, they've got other things to do. They're making video games. It's a bummer, but at least they're still making video games. Ooh. Yerkroon says, "Macallan, 12-year here, sir. Fine taste." Macallan is a dandy of Scotch. I wish it was here. You should lend it to me. I would love a sip. Copacetic7 says, "I think if it does," referring to Blizzard releasing the movie, "that it'll be a huge disappointment." You know, that's good. That's good. Having low expectations from the beginning is fine, because all it means is that your hopes can go up. If it's great, then you're on cloud 9. It was way better than you thought it would be. If it is horrible, as many people are suspecting, well, at least you weren't disappointed, right? KillerBat19 says, "Hey Oxhorn, do you remember the show when a person who thought of the Professor Evil at the ocean was made of bacon and a ship made of bacon bits? That was my last show I saw and I loved it." I don't recall how long ago that was, but I do recall having that show. Hold on a minute, I'm starting to get some feedback. And I'm just glad that you are back, that you are here again today. Such a pleasure to have you here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show for you today. Later on, I may, if you're feeling it, read an excerpt from my new novel, The Tale of Cloran Hastings. I did that last week. It was a roaring success. You loved the buttery sound of my melodious voice as it lingered over every letter and syllable. So, if you're interested, we may do another chapter, depending. In the meantime, we've got cigars and scotch to get through. Jacob B says, please do. I would love to have a copy of that book. All right, we may just have to do that. So, for those of you who helped me choose an iPhone case, I finally went with this one. This is my new iPhone. Boss bought it for me. I'm not showing it off because I'm rich. I'm not rich. But I got a new phone and I couldn't find the right case for it. So I went to you guys. You guys really helped me out. And you suggested OtterBox. I had never even heard of OtterBox beforehand. And this is the fantastic number that you guys suggested. So thank you so much. My wife would have gotten an OtterBox, but she was recommended to get a different brand, and she's liking it too. But she's not on an iPhone, so thank you for that. I might just have to use you guys as a source of wisdom so that I can find answers to all of the questions that Google won't answer for me. I'm thinking so. Gulbreath says, so your WoW movie... What? I don't know. What? I just released a movie 2 weeks ago. The Tale of Cloran Hastings. Yes, I released a movie 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about? I am prolific. I am constantly producing and creating. World of Warcraft movies? Hey, I'm on top of it. Just saying. Firescape 12 says, finally, the video is working. Good, I'm glad you're watching. Copacetic 7 says, very true regarding the movie. Maybe there's a role for you in there. Maybe King Magni Bronzebeard. I think I could pull off a dwarf. I've been working on it. I can't do a Scottish accent, though. That's one thing I can't. It's hard. But, who knows? Maybe this will be an American-speaking dwarf. I could be the first American dwarf in the history of fantasy cinema. Oh. Wheatley says, Oxhorn, who is your favorite YouTuber? Me, of course. Obviously, I am my biggest fan. I'm just that interesting that I entertain myself. I kid. My favorite YouTuber has got to be... Pomplamoose. Pomplamoose. I do enjoy Pomplamoose. They make some good music. They do some very interesting original covers of popular songs. Gulbreath says there's the Pandarin with a southern accent in the Valley of the Four Winds. I thought they should have, like, Asian accents, right? Oh. Veerkoon says Scottish is tough. Ask Craig Ferguson. I believe he's probably actually Scottish. Like, he's not even faking it. He's from Scotland. So if he's from Scotland and can't do a Scottish accent, that's pretty embarrassing. I wouldn't spread that around. Hey Ox, what is your favorite brand of cigar? Asks Firescape 12. I'm really enjoying the Te Amo cigars that I've been smoking. I don't know if it is qualifying as my favorite yet. I think Nica Libre is probably my favorite. Gobush says, Brett says, they all do this one guy. Oh, so it's only one Pandarin that's got a southern accent? He says, y'all are here to fight some vermin? I can do southern fairly good. Fairly well. My family comes from the south. Well, in the Midwest. My dad was from Texas. And my mom was from Illinois. Midwest plus south. Moved to Seattle. Yeah, weird. Wheatley says, how long have you been married, Ox? 1 year on Monday. This coming Monday is my 1 year wedding anniversary, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm taking the wife out on a surprise adventure. My mom is watching the baby while we're gone, so we're going to have the entire evening. I'm going to take her out on the town. It's supposed to rain that night, but we don't care. We're going to go on an adventure. And I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to spoil it for her, but we're going to have fun. ThunderGod91 says, the chat? Yes, absolutely. For those who don't know, I give precedence to questions asked of me on Twitter, @Oxhorn, and questions asked of me on the Facebook comment forum on scotchandsmokerings.com. I tend to give those precedence. If I can find... There you go. Mortus fan on Twitter says, Dear Oxhorn, I apologize for not being on in so long. I need digital hugs. On a positive note, my home remodel is going great. Congratulations, Mortus fan. I'm glad your home remodel is going well. And digital hugs all around to you and everyone else in chat. Digital hugs from Oxhorn. Digital hugs, hugs, digital hugs. All right, you've all got digital hugs. From North Carolina over here says Firescape 12. Can't say I'd recommend visiting though. Lol. All right. Well, I've never been to North Carolina. I'm not ruling it out. I'd love to visit sometime. But yeah, I'm going to Kentucky for Christmas. That's from where my wife is from. So I'm probably going to be passing right over. Well, coming close. Forrest still says, from where in Illinois is my mom from? It's probably something I should know, huh? Chicago? I don't know. No, it's not Chicago. I really don't know. She's from Illinois. That's all I know. ThunderGuy91 says, tell your wife to get on Xbox Live. I added her and I'm waiting for a confirmation. She hasn't played Xbox Live in a few weeks because we have been so busy with babies and all of that. But the next time she logs on, she will be sure to approve your friend request. Spud Galeolol says, you, sir, are the epitome of manliness. I hate to disagree with my fans, so I'm just gonna have to say, yeah, alright, I'll go with that. Cheers, ladies and gents. Not bad. Jay Boninger on Twitter says, hey Ox, it's been a while since I've been here, but it's good to be back, and I gotta say, your book is one of the best I've ever read. Wow, thank you very much, Jay Boninger. You really know how to flatter a guy. No, honestly, I'm really appreciative. I tried to make a really good book. I put a lot of effort into it. 10 years of my life invested in writing that fantasy novel, so I'm so glad you enjoyed it. For those who haven't heard yet, I have written a book. It's called The Tale of Cloran Hastings, available Amazon, iTunes, Kindle, hardcover, paperback, or ebook. CloranHastings.com, for those who are interested. I'll probably read a chapter from it later on. Goldbrother says, Facebook question. Alright. Checking my Facebook comments here at scotchandsmokerings.com. Coolbreath asks, would you ever create an Oxhorn brand medley 2 after the movie you're making now? If so, any ideas when? I have been tossing around the idea of an Oxhorn brand medley 2 for a very long time. I released the Oxhorn brand medley back in 2008. That was 4 years ago, and I have made a lot of movies in 4 years. So there's quite a bit more lore to go around. I would love to make an Oxhorn brand medley 2, but honestly, I don't know if I'll be able to make many more movies in the future unless my book takes off. That's right, I am holding my own movie making hostage by my own book. So, there you go. No, I'll probably make movies in the future. Firescape 12 says, I'm going to Kentucky this January for some duck hunting. I've never been there before. Well, I'll be leaving just as you're arriving. I'm leaving at the beginning of January to come back to Seattle, and we'll probably pass each other. Matthew the Lib 1 says, please take the hat off. I'm sorry, sir, you must be mistaken. I am not wearing a hat. This is actually the top of my head. So, don't want to embarrass you, but that's the reality. H-Star says, how is the baby? He is doing very well. He had some minor health problems when he was born, but he has powered through them. He's 6 months old now, healthy as an ox. And he is set to be a weightlifting champion next week, because he's that strong. He actually is strong. He puts his hands in my beard and tugs. He's got this strange fascination with making my chin ache. I don't know. He is my son. But he's a tough boy. Tough boy. Okay, this song is actually bothering me. And I can't skip it, right? It's not like it's Pandora. Oh. H-Star says, mine will be 8 months in December. Well, congratulations, H-Star. I now know how time-consuming and sometimes hectic it can be to be the father of a young baby. So, many kudos to you for making it this far. Jonathan asks, Oxhorn, are you planning to watch The Hobbit in theaters? Of course I am. My beautiful wife is a huge Tolkien fan, as am I. She would really like to sort of camp out the night before. I don't know if we're going to go that far. After all, I'm not a hippie. I have a home. But I do love The Hobbit. I may stand in line for a significant period of time just to get in. Firescape 12 says, I was under the impression it's based off of the World of Warcraft universe, so is the novel based off your own imaginative land? It is indeed. My novel has actually very little to do with World of Warcraft because it was written before World of Warcraft appeared. I finished writing it in 2004. Since then, I have been making edits, editing it, tweaking it, adding things, but the majority of the novel was written in 2004, before World of Warcraft ever existed, or around the same time it came into being. It is based on my own fantasy land. I've created a mythos behind my novel. You can actually read a lot of the lore behind my novel for free online. I've got it up on my website. But yeah, it's my own universe. Ghoulbreath says, yes, tell us of your hippie neighbor. Alright, let me get prepared. So for those who are longtime viewers of this program, you're familiar with my hippie neighbor, Tom. Good guy, yeah? Yeah, good guy. He's the kind of guy who is really nice. If somebody breaks a car window outside our house, because we live in the best neighborhood, he'll take an ashtray and a broom and sweep it up. So that's really kind. But he's really finicky over garbage. One moment. Jay Bonninger says, hey, Ox, do you use Spotify? I do. In fact, all of my music is available for free on Spotify. So if you're on Spotify, just type in Oxhorn brand music or any of my songs and you'll find my stuff for free. So feel free to listen to it. But anyway, so this guy, he's a great guy, lives right next to me. We have had a few encounters, and the reason is because he is a huge hippie. I, on the other hand, actually bathe and iron my clothing. So we kind of have cultural differences to a certain extent. Also, he likes to rummage through my garbage. I know that that's a felony, like it's illegal, but I don't want to report him because he's just Tom, you know, he's kind of harmless. But he is obsessed with recycling. He wants to make sure that I recycle. If I don't recycle, he'll be upset. I once threw away a little bit of meat because it was rotten. We had eaten some of it, and we forgot about it in the fridge, and it rotted, so I threw it away. I got a knock on my door the next day, and he comes up to my door with my tossed away meat in his hand, and he says, so, do you shop at Fred Meyer? I'm like, what kind of question is that? Sure, I shop at Fred Meyer. And he says, well, I found this unused meat. Do you realize that an animal died to give you this?